My name is Richard Agolo, the convener of Good Evening Niger. On the show tonight, we take a look at the Borno flood and, of course, the role of government in all of these issues. First of all, I want to commiserate with the people and government of Borno State over this humanitarian disaster. Particularly, I have soft spot for Professor Zulu Babangana because having been the governor of Borno State has been a kind of roller coaster for the governor. From a state of insecurity, trying to resettle the people of Borno State who have been in IDP camp for years, and of course now the flooding issue has occurred, driving more people into IDPs again. Okay, but the most important thing is that your international organization and other NGOs, even state and federal government, have actually come up to assist Borno State in terms of relief materials. This nature of disaster, flooding, is is a recurrent decimal in Nigeria. In 2022, for example, 2.8 million Nigerians were displaced in this country as a result of flooding in this country. This flooding affected most especially Kogi State and this same Borno State. And these things always occur same way every year. The flooding will come, displace people, the government, businessmen and other philanthropic leaders begin to go to those places to dole out relief in form of cash and kind. For how long are we going to continue like this? Why is it that no leader, no government is talking about long-term resilience? That is the most important thing. As far as I'm concerned, the Borno incident is beyond relief materials. We should begin to think critically about the causes of this incessant flooding disaster in Nigeria. How should we tackle them? What should the government be doing? What should the individuals or the citizens of the country be doing? Now, in case you don't know, the major cause of this flooding disaster in Borno State was a result of the Alao Dam in Maduguri being washed away by a heavy downpour in Borno State. That was on the 10th of September. Now the truth is that Alao Dam was not being maintained by government. Now as soon as that dam was washed away, flood overflowed half of Maduguri, killing over 50 people, displacing human beings, critical infrastructures like schools, hospitals were all destroyed, farmland destroyed, and so many things. As a matter of fact, this is a region that is suffering from insecurity and food shortages, and now farmlands are being washed away. Won't that result to food insecurity in the northeast in the coming days? Now, beyond this short-term relief that is being donated by Nigerians and other international organizations, what should we be doing as a people and as a government? The first newspaper has reported that over 17 billion naira has been gotten as a kind of relief packages to the people of Borno State. I think we should be looking at how to deploy some of this money in building a very comprehensive system that will help to detect flood-prone areas, rather than just allowing it to happen and then trooping to that place to make donations. That thing Nigeria government should be doing is maintaining our dams and drainages. Of course, you know that the major cause of this disaster in Borno State is as a result of the fact that the Alao Dam was washed away by heavy downpour in the state. What it means is that the dam was never in a good condition. If it's in a good condition, it wouldn't be washed away by the flood. So it is a responsibility of the government now to begin to construct and maintain very standard dams and drainages in our country, as that will also help in checking this humanitarian disaster in Nigeria, not just in Borno State. It cut across Borno, Adamawa, Kogi State, and several other states in Nigeria. The government could also encourage citizens to start carrying a kind of reforestation. Areas where there are no plants, we should start encouraging citizens to plant there, because flooding tend to occur in areas where there are no trees. So reforestation could also be encouraged. As a matter of fact, we could also set up a kind of a community-based flood management in our various communities. Just like different communities in Nigeria today are now having vigilantes as a result of the state of insecurity in the country. We could also move that way, create a kind of community-based flood management that will help to check our drainages, help to ensure that drainages are being cleared, drainages are maintained. They help to do so many things that will help foster this flood disaster in the coming days, because whether you like it or not, it will still happen the next rainy season. Of course, we will not take away a climate change as a factor responsible for this flooding in Nigeria. So what is the government doing in this regard? We could try to introduce these climate change risk factors into our urban planning in the country. These are things we should be looking at. We just do a lot of urban planning without putting into consideration our climate change risk. And meanwhile, climate change is one of the reasons why we experience incessant flooding disaster in this country. So the collective responsibility of ensuring a kind of long-term resilience as far as flooding disaster is concerned in Nigeria is not just for the government alone. Citizens also have a role to play.